Well, I got some new front shocks for the S10 today. These are the Monroe shocks. I believe they're the Sensitrack. They're the better ones, I think 45 bucks a piece. There they are. And a Swiss cake. There's the old ones. Been having a heck of a time getting them out. I had to cut the bolt off because it's seized in there. I got the driver's side already in. Yeah, you can see it says Sensitrack. The other side, the other one don't have a sticker. I got one bad shock. I had to return it. It's gonna go in there. And this is actually the replacement shock for the bad shock I got. The box was all oily and the shock was blown out, so this is the replacement one. That's why I got one on. I'm just doing this one now, so should make for a better ride. Them shocks were original on that truck, I'm guessing. So that's what, 14 years and 140,000 miles. I think some new shocks should feel a little better. But I'm gonna pop this in there and bolt that in there and be done with the front shocks on this. Okay, shock is in, all tightened down, and wheels ready to go back on. Got a little something different for the rear, and I'll show you that when I get them. Well, here's what I got for the rear. These are air shocks, and they go in the rear. They're supposed to add 1,100 pounds of carrying capacity. They got some air lines, a little fitting here to tee them in to air them up. A few other things. I have both rear shocks out, and that was a struggle. These things are rusted in just like the front ones. I was able to save this one, but as you can see, that stud is broke. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut this off in here. I'm going to bevel it, and I'm going to add on some more bolt there. I think them are pressed in, but I think I'm just going to weld it up. It'll be just as strong as pressing a new stud in there, and that'll be faster anyway. So that's probably what I'm going to do. I'm going to cut that off right now, and then I'll be ready to install these shocks. It's pretty much a bolt-in deal, and then you run your air line. I'm not sure where I'm going to run the air line, so. Okay, got my new stud made. Got it nice and beveled so I can fill that with weld. Got my welder turned up nice and hot here. I'm really burning it in. And I'm going to weld that up right now. Okay, I just clamped a piece of angle iron on there, on the remaining stud there, so that I can just set the stud I'm going to weld on in there, and I'm going to start welding it there so I know it's straight. Okay, I'm going to let that cool and grind her smooth. Make sure the shock fits on it nice, and I'm going to finish up this install. Well, they're in. Them bolts up there, I had to get kind of creative with some 1/4 inch wrenches and stuff to be able to get on there. I used a gear wrench, 13mm, to get them back on. This shock looks actually crooked, but I don't know, because there's really no room up there for any kind of wrench, especially with how big around that shock is. These were bad enough, and you can see that they're not very big around, but these are impossible to get an impact up there. I seized them though, so I shouldn't have any trouble getting them out next time. I'm not sure I'll be ever putting another set of shocks on this truck, but they're in there now. I'm going to start running the airline. Okay, the lines are run under the truck, out of the way, I believe. I run my air chuck into the fuel cap there. I stole that from a guy on YouTube I saw, but I think it's a pretty good idea. So I am ready to add some air to these. Let's see what happens. That's like 50 pounds right there. Oh, this is one cheap. This thing is cheaper than crap. That's 90 pounds in there right now. Okay, the directions say it needs a minimum of 25 pounds, a maximum of 200. I'm going to try out with 50 pounds. That's what I got in it right now. See how that rides, and if it's too stiff, I guess I'll let some out, and we'll see what happens. I don't hear any leaks, so I must have got everything tight. I'm going to get the arms out from underneath it, and I go for a quick test ride, see how she feels. Okay, it's been a couple days with the new shocks, and honestly, I'm not sure I can even tell the difference on the front. The rear, I started out at 50 pounds on the rear. It felt okay, so I ran it up to 60 pounds, but the 60 kind of felt a little stiff with it being empty, so I'm going to leave it at about 50 pounds for now and see how that goes. I'm going to be towing my trailer and the mower again tomorrow, so I'll see how that works out with that. That's really the whole reason I got the air shocks in the rear, was for putting a load on it. So we'll see how that goes. And I guess this concludes the video on the new shocks for the S10. So I guess I'll see you guys in the next one.